Hello everybody, my name is Legolas and I'm going to be bringing you a 1 versus 1. It's going to be BLKing. It is the Bacon and Lettuce King Zerg player spawning down here on the bottom right hand side, and up on the top right hand side is going to be SiezeTheDay. So we're going to find out if SiezeTheDay is going to seize the day today against the king of bacon and lettuce. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Legolas. I am trying to form a new team called Team Orion, and we'll find out how well that does here in a couple months. And let's talk about this map a little bit. This is Tal'Darim Altars. It actually started out as a non-Blizzard map. It was developed a little while ago, and it was incorporated. Actually, Blizzard took this map and made its own version, and that's it was the LE version, and they incorporated it with the 1.3 patch. So some of the unique features about this map is the rush distance is incredibly long, which allows for early expansions. So you see a Protoss player will typically put his pylon right here, just like SiezeTheDay. He is going to seize himself an expansion most likely, and at the same time a Zerg player. Zerg players typically like to actually expand pretty quickly, and so you're probably going to see that. Almost always you're going to see a Zerg player throw down a hatch right as soon as they can here. So this probe actually is going to come up here and kind of sit around and patrol. Yes, he's going to patrol back and forth. Now he actually chose the correct scouting position. He went south first, and actually what happened was as soon as BLKing saw that probe there, he decided to get out a spawning pool first. So instead of put down a hatch first, he's going to get a spawning pool out, get a couple Zerglings to ward this away, and then he can lay down his natural. It is actually frustrating with a Zerg player who really likes to macro early, because it just throws off the timing that much more. So at the same time, you have SiezeTheDay is sure enough walling off with a forge and a single cannon here, and it will be able to take off any little Zerglings that try to come and sneak through here, who most likely probably throw down some kind of a gateway or something to finish that wall. But at right now it looks like he is going to be saving up some minerals. He's got this probe on standby. At the same time, looks like he's just chrono boosting a few probes out here to kind of build up his economy just a little bit. So we've got these Zerglings that are come out here, and he did lay down a pylon. That's where some of those minerals went. I was looking for those. So that pylon is going to further delay this expansion, unfortunately, for our Bacon and Lettuce King. So the hatch goes down, and these Zerglings are most likely going to run up here and try to spot the timing of this expansion. So the expansions actually aren't that very far apart. So right now, I would give the edge to the Protoss player only because he does have a couple gateways and a cannon that are blocking off this area, but he is already got his second base. Actually, you have BLKing throwing down his third, which is actually very smart, because as a Zerg player, you always want to try to be at least one base ahead of your opponent. And look, he's sending out all of these Zerglings to take over the Zeldon watchtowers here, try to get that early map control. So we'll see what kind of build our players go for. It looks like we've got just some more drones coming out, and our Zerg player is going to go with some gas, just one of his gases here. A Protoss player is going to lay down 2 gases, so he is not going to mess around. He's got a cyber on the way, and with 2 gases, typically what will happen is that is an indication that our Protoss player is going to go with some kind of a higher tech unit to start off with here. And he's going to send his probe around here just to try to spot any expansions or anything that might be hanging out down here. So, yeah, we've got some drone transfers going on right here. And at the same time, we've got this expansion that's up and running. So our Zerg player is just kicking back, chilling out, making queens, not zines. They are queens, ladies and gentlemen. And some overlords, some drones. He's definitely going to be playing the macro game here. So he is going to send out a little Zergling to find out if our Protoss player walled off, which of course he did. And we have a Stargate on the way. So that is what our Protoss player is up to. He's going to go right into Stargate. He's just now researching the Warp Gate, and he's not chrono boosting that out. He's probably saving up his energy right now for the Stargate to try to pump out either some Void Rays or some Phoenixes. And just to be safe, add another little cannon here. So you got 4 gases going with our Protoss. So he's definitely going to be working on some air units here. Oh, and he Chrono Boosts that before initiating the Void Ray. That's okay. You only lost a couple seconds of that Chrono Boost there. He does have a Twilight Council on the way. So, So we'll see. It looks like he has a couple different tech paths he can go down here. We do have a Roach Warren going down and a layer being built here for BLKing down here. And not a whole lot else. He's got some creep that he's starting to creep out. That's always a good idea. Try to get your creep running. He knows which direction it needs to be headed. It needs to be heading north. And we have Protoss Ground Weapons Level 1, which unfortunately is not going to help the Void Ray. But maybe he just really wants to get some ground weapons. I don't know. Maybe he plans on switching to some ground units later on. It does look like he's got 4 more gateways on the way, so he does have one Void Ray, and he's got another one that's about to join him. And let's see if our Zerg player has anything to deal with. He's got some queens out. He actually has, let's see, he's got 3 queens, and that's actually not a very good position. If he has 2 queens maybe together, that might help him out. But these roaches cannot spit their green goo up in the air and hit these Void Rays, so they're going to be essentially worthless. So it's going to be interesting to see how our Zerg player responds to some Void Rays here. He doesn't see these yet, I don't believe. Nope, he does not. So he has no idea those Void Rays are there. Sure enough, they're going to come in here and start causing some havoc. Take out an Overlord. No, puts him under supply. So he's going to go for another one here. So right now, these Void Rays are just... Oh, we have Blink on the way. So apparently, he's thinking about doing a transition, maybe to some Blink Stalkers. So these Void Rays are just going to start zapping away at these roaches here. And here's the Queen's going to come. They're going to probably push these Void Rays out of here. There's only 2 of them. So yeah, they might be able to take out one of these Queens, but he's probably going to end up losing a Void Ray in the meantime. So at the same time, though, you have all these roaches coming out, and SiezeTheDay sees all these roaches, so he's thinking, okay, maybe I could either keep these Void Rays down here to try to do some harass, or I can bring them up here to try to support these support my army from breaking down the wall here. But it looks like he actually already has weapons level 1. He has Blink done. And I'm not sure if these Stalkers... Well, of course, that's okay. He's going to go ahead and blink these out here just to kind of find out where these roaches are at. These roaches are going to be coming around the back here, but after weapons level 2, these Stalkers are actually going to be very well prepared to handle these roaches here. Especially if he has some Blink Micro. We'll find out how SiezeTheDay's Blink Micro is. Oh, and with the Void Ray support here, these roaches are, unfortunately, their days are numbered. Some Blink action gonna come over here, and unfortunately, oh, he's had Burrow. I didn't even see him researching that. And he does have some claws on the way, so he will be able to burrow underground, which is going to be very good for him. So immediately, our Protoss player throws down a robotics facility, or robotics bay, I should say. No, it is a robotics facility. And to get those observers out so he can spot those tunneling roaches. So he is going to head south here. And let's see what our Zerg player has here. He has a Queen. A Queen is not going to help him keep these Stalkers at bay. And look at all these Overlords. Very quickly he could go under supply. But at the same time, you've got some Hydras on the field now. You have all these roaches coming back desperately to try to help out, and some nice Blink Micro to get away from that army here. And he's just going to come in here, and he's going to try to take down the what is soon to be a lair. And at the same time, we've got the Hydras and the roaches trying to get some kind of a surround, some kind of a concave on these Blink Stalkers. So he is going to actually get a lot of these Blink Stalkers to get over. But look at this excellent Blink Micro right off the ledge down here, and he's going to start taking this hatch down. So he was able to take this one down already. So you got this one that's about going down, and taking out this Queen at the same time. It's going to take so long, and all of these drones have probably got to... I would advise them to turn around and go somewhere else, because there is a line of Blink Stalkers, boy, that are going to eat your lunch. So these Blink Stalkers are going to try to scoot out of here. This is just way too many Roaches and Hydras to manage all by their onesies. So at the same time, though, he does have a second army of Blink Stalkers on the way. He does have level 3 weapons on the way. So hopefully he is going to try to get his armies together, because right now, unfortunately, he does not have enough up here to hold off all these Roaches that are coming on down here without actually some really good Blink Micro. And actually, this is a pretty scary army of Stalkers already. So you have these Stalkers that are making their way home. Oh, what's this Queen doing out here? Maybe she was trying to get a little healing done or something like that. See, these Blink Stalkers are going to come right up here and join their buddies. And that is a lot of Stalkers. I'm pretty sure, especially with weapons level 3. And BLKing has left the game. Not even a good game. Oh, that's just too bad. So that is an interesting game there. We started out with our Protoss player. I felt like our Protoss player kind of had control the whole game. He started out knowing what he wanted to do. He got out a single Stargate and got out a couple Void Rays. So right away, we had BLKing was trying to react to that. You can see he's got some Spore Crawlers up here and immediately went into Hydras. But unfortunately, SiezeTheDay decided to seize the day and got himself a bunch of Blink Stalkers with level 3, and that was pretty much the end of our Zerg player. Even with a 2-base Protoss going against a 3-base Zerg, it still ended up in the favor of our Protoss. So that just shows you the power of making sure you know which transitions to take and which units do what very well. So we didn't even really get into the mid game, I felt like, but SiezeTheDay did not need that. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this cast, and have a great night. Good luck. Have fun.